COOKERY Exploratory course for grade 7 and 8. Most essential learning competencies. Introduction. Technology and livelihood education is one of the nomenclature in the implementation of the K-12 basic education program. The focus of this lesson is on the home economics course, COOKERY. In this subject, varied and relevant activities and opportunities are provided to demonstrate your understanding of concepts and common competencies in cookery and provides quality foods and services to target clients. This will also a venue for you to assess yourself and identify aspects of business that you need to strengthen and safeguard before you become a part of the workforce. Today, in the world of work, the number of available jobs is scarce, and the Department of Education is revitalizing its resources to lead the young and prepare them skillfully as future chefs. It is in honing the skills that learners can assure to have an edge of surviving daily needs of oneself and of others. It seeks to provide the learners with knowledge, attitude, values, and skills in the field of cookery. The learners will expose to a wide variety of experiences and opportunities to acquire work skills, work values, and expertise, which will help them in choosing a career and eventually put up a business in line with cookery, thus making the learners a self-reliant and a productive member of society. COOKERY Exploratory course for grade 7 and 8. Learning outcome number 1. At the end of this lesson, you are expected to explain basic concepts in cookery, discuss the relevance of the course, and explore opportunities for cookery as a career. Before we start off the lesson, I will share with you some of the people who became successful entrepreneurs in the field of food business. First is the man behind Jollibee, Mr. Tan Caktiong. Known to be the man behind the country's famous bee, Tan Caktiong is another rags to riches story, from owning a small ice cream franchise to heading some of the Philippines' most famous fast food chains. In 1975, Caktiong decided to sell out $350,000 in an ice cream parlor franchise. He opened Cubao Ice Cream House and Quiapo Ice Cream House. As their business becomes more and more successful, they started to hire more people to help them manage it. 2 years later, he decided to serve hamburgers, fried chicken, spaghetti, as people began to tell them that they don't want to eat ice cream all the time. It was then that they decided to rebrand and change their name to Jollibee, as it represents them as a company and the people that they cater to, which is hardworking and happy. McDonald's came into the picture not many years later, but they failed to take over Jollibee's popularity, as according to Caktiong, they don't know the local food culture. Filipinos have a sweet taste on food, so Jollibee decided to serve spaghetti with a sweeter flavor. Filipinos also like to smell everything they eat, which is the reason behind the tagline, "Langhap Sarap," which they have been using for a while. Next is the man behind KFC, Colonel Harland Sanders. At the age of 5, his father died, quit school at the age of 16, lost 4 jobs at the age of 17, got married at 18, and became a father at 19. At the age of 20, his wife divorced Colonel Sanders and took his baby girl. At the age of 18 to 22, he became a railroad conductor. Later, joined Army and was thrown out soon. Applied for the law school and was rejected. Became an insurance agent and failed again. Became dishwasher and cook in a small cafe. Finally, at the age of 65, he retired and got a paycheck of $105. Went for suicide because he felt like a trash. Thought of writing a will, but he ended up in writing what he could have achieved in life. Realized that he needed to rise now, and borrowed $87 and made chicken with his recipe. He sold it door to door in his neighborhood, and at the age of 88, he was a billionaire and the owner of the world's second largest food chain. Our first topic is generates business idea that relates with a career choice in cookery. Here are the top 12 culinary careers. Number 1, baker. 2, preparatory cook. These kitchen professionals perform the preparation tasks that help higher level chefs and cooks quickly complete meals. Number 3, cake decorators. 4, line cooks. They assist sous chefs and cooks in preparing ingredients and ensuring all dishes are consistently high quality. Number 5, butchers. They specialize in cutting meat, fish, and poultry to provide customers prime cuts. They also make sausages and cured meats. Number 6, pastry cook or pastry chef. These are food professionals who specializes in creating both sweet and savory pastries, breads, cakes, pies, and other baked goods. Number 7, banquet cook. They help serve and creating large orders for food for special occasions such as weddings, parties, receptions, and other events. Number 8 are the sushi chef. Sushi chefs specializing in creating both traditional and unique sushi dishes like maki, hand rolls, nigiri, and sashimi. Number 9 are the sous chef. They are the second chef. They assist the head chef in overseeing other kitchen staff as they prep and cook and plate a variety of dishes. Number 10 are the sommelier, a wine steward. A sommelier provides personalized wine recommendations to dining guests based on their preferences, the food they're eating, and other relevant factors. Number 11 are the restaurant managers. And number 12, executive chef, or a chef manager, or a head chef. This professional is the leader in the kitchen who ensures all meals are made at the highest quality. Are you an entrepreneur? If your culinary dreams include being an owner or operator role, your education should include management and accounting courses that provide the skills necessary to stay in the market. Who are these entrepreneurs? It is comprehensively defined by Simmerer and Scarborough as someone who creates a new business in the face of risk and uncertainty for the purpose of achieving profit and growth by identifying significant opportunities and assembling the necessary resources to capitalize them. They are the ones who act on their business ideas. Spotting and identifying business opportunities. Spotting and identifying business opportunities is one of the most essential aspects of entrepreneurship. An entrepreneur must have a keen eye for identifying opportunities that can potentially turn into a good product or business venture. At the same time, an entrepreneur should also know which opportunities to drop and which one is to develop. Business idea generation. The first step of identifying a good business opportunity is to look for many opportunities. This is called the idea generation phase. The following are good sources of business ideas. Number 1, personal hobbies and interests. Example of these hobbies are cooking and baking, which will eventually can be formed into a business. Number 2, everyday experiences, travel, and adventures. When you've been to some places and experience or taste something good, which can give you an idea to develop a new business. Number 3, suggestion from family members and friends. When some of your friends suggest or gives you an idea based on their personal likes or experiences. Number 4, problems that need solution. For example, you encounter in one product that you bought, and because of that, you will going to have an idea to open the same kind of business, improve it, and solving the problems that you have been encounter with the same product. Number 5, problems with existing products. This is almost the same as number 4. You want some solution with the existing product. 6, from books, magazines, and news. When you see something on the books, magazine, or news and gives you an idea that it is a potential business. Usually, these are some kind of trending new items, foods, or business that you saw on the news. Number 7, by observing or listening around you. For example, when you are in a salon and you heard from other customers chatting about their experiences and you became curious about that, and later on you will going to research about it, which gives you an idea for a future business. Screening business ideas. Once you have generated a number of business opportunities and ideas, the next step is to select and screen this. Though there are many ways to do this, a good way to proceed is to screen your ideas based on number 1, your personality and personal preference. Or this is the business that you will going to open, which is you really love and like to do. And number 2, the characteristic of a good business. If this is really profitable and can attract customers. Screening business ideas. In screening business ideas, consider the following criteria. Number 1, personality and personal preference. Letter A, personal preference. If this is really what you want. Letter B, your education, skills, and experience, or your personal knowledge about the business. Letter C, your work experiences. And letter D, support from family and friends. Number 2, characteristic of a good business. If there is a demand for product, availability of skills, raw materials, technology, and capital, its profitability, and lastly, sustainability. Our next topic is the SWOT analysis. Once you have chosen your business idea, the next step is to conduct a SWOT analysis. Why do we need to conduct SWOT analysis? In order to determine the strengths, weaknesses opportunities, and threats of your potential business. This step will help you improve your business of choice and prepare for challenges. What is SWOT or SWOT stands for? S is for strength, W is for weaknesses, O is for opportunities, and T is for threats. The SWOT analysis consists of two factors: the controllable factors and uncontrollable factors. Under the controllable factors is the strength and weaknesses, while in uncontrollable factors are the opportunities and threats. The controllable factors in SWOT analysis. These are the strengths and weaknesses. Strengths are positive factors that contribute to the favorability of a business opportunity. Example of these are cheap raw materials, skilled employees, ease of management, and small capital outlay. Under weaknesses, these are the set of problems, difficulties, or shortcomings encountered by the business. Example of these are inexperienced owners or workers, lack of working capital, and poor locations. Since these two are controllable factors, you can change it anytime. For example, in weaknesses of inexperienced owner or workers, you can transform it into strengths by learning how to do it and educate yourself about the business. This way, you can transform your weaknesses into strength because you have control over these factors. The uncontrollable factors of SWOT analysis. These are opportunities and threats. Opportunities are positive factors that are not within the control of the business. Example of these are absence of similar products in the market, new markets being developed, growing demand for similar products, and favorable government policies. For threats, these are negative factors that are beyond the control of the business. Example of these are rising costs, raw material shortages, and too many competitors. These two are uncontrollable factors because you don't have a control over this and you don't know that this will going to happen. For example, under opportunities, if you have a restaurant, then suddenly one school was opened beside your store. These are opportunities that can bring demand and customer in your business. In threats, example of these are the competitors. You don't have a control over them if they really want to open a business which is the same as your business. In conducting SWOT analysis, you really have to know your strengths and weaknesses, and you must predict some of the uncontrollable factors or the opportunities and threats that will going to happen in the business so that you can have a backup plan in the future problems that you will going to encounter. The following are the questions that you need to answer while conducting SWOT analysis. Here are some key SWOT questions on strengths that we need to answer while conducting SWOT analysis. Number 1, what do we do well? Or what are the things that we can do better than the other businesses? Number 2, what advantages do we have? Or what we can do which other business cannot? Number 3, what valuable assets and resources do we have? Number 4, what are your competitive advantages? Or what are your edge over your competitors? Number 5, what are your assets? Which of your assets is the strongest? Example of these are, if we have a very skilled workers who can run the business properly, or a property which could be a very good location for a business. Key SWOT questions on weaknesses. First, what could we do better? Or what areas do we need to improve? Second, what are we criticized for or receive complaints about? Third, what put you at disadvantage over your competitor? Fourth, what are the things we need to avoid? Fifth, are you lacking of knowledge? 6, what are the things that you need to avoid? And 7, are your workers not skilled enough? If you are able to answer these questions in weaknesses, you can probably convert these weaknesses into strengths. For example, if you have an unskilled worker, all you have to do is to train them so that they will become an asset to your business. Key SWOT questions on opportunities. First, are there emerging trends which we can capitalize? Second, what went unexpectedly well and why? Third, what should we start doing? Fourth, do our competitors have any weaknesses that we could take advantage of? Fifth, is our target market changing in a way that could help us? Sixth, do our customer ever ask for something that we don't offer but we could offer? 7, could we steal our competitor's customer by offering something that they don't? If you could answer these questions well, then there is a big opportunities ahead of you in making a business. Key SWOT questions on threats. First, is there anyone who's not currently a direct competitor but could be one soon? Second, are my employees willing to stay for a long time? Third, what happens if a manufacturer or supplier runs out of the materials that we need? Fourth, what if a natural disaster strikes? Fifth, are our competitors planning on expanding or offering new products soon? 6, are there serious internal financial or human resources or technological threats? 7, do you see a change in consumers' taste? And 8, are the government regulations going to affect you? These are the questions that might affect your business in the future. So if you are able to answer these questions, probably you should also write down what are the things that you need to do so you can cope up if these threats will going to happen in your business in the future. SWOT analysis isn't all about listing the strengths and weaknesses, nor is it about identifying the threats and opportunities. Sure, they are the key things in the analysis, but without the right questions, you can't progress with the work. Having the right SWOT analysis question will ease the workload of the analysis. The tougher and honest questions you can ask, the more reliable SWOT analysis you will do. Also, make sure you are clear on what mission you are working on. Having a clear idea will make it easier for you to ask those SWOT analysis questions. Once you conducted the SWOT analysis, You can use this for planning methodology that helps your business build a strategic plan to meet your goals, improve your operations, and keep the business relevant. If you are able to answer all the SWOT analysis questions, you can now evaluate the business that you are planning if the business is feasible or not. A time to remember.